Hello and welcome to 360 Radio. This is Anurag here, and well, I'm not in the studio today. I am in a different setup today. The reason being, before which I want to talk about the country that we live in. It is fast in terms of advanced technology, science and everything. And there's something that is adding on to the speed of the country that has made the whole country proud. I've got a bunch of students who have made UAE proud, and that is the Bitspilani team Al Fursan. So welcoming you guys. Come over here, guys. So one of the speedy teams of UAE, I'm sure. The most fastest team in UAE is along with me here. So you might have heard about these guys, and you might have seen their pictures on all the social media platforms, on all the media platforms, quite from the 15th of July, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Because this team is the only team in UAE to be selected for the Formula Students Netherlands. But that's not it. That's not the end of the story. That's where the story began, when you were selected for the first time ever. And from there, you created history by being, clinching the third spot in that prestigious competition. So congratulations to you guys. And you may introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Abhilash.
Okay.
My name is Anandu.
Yeah.
Nigel.
And my name is Shobal.
And it is a 14-member team, and we are missing out on the rest of the champions. There's one more joining us right now. Okay.
My name is Aman.
Pretty fast, man. You're pretty fast. All right, so this is the team that created history. So guys, first and foremost, I would want to know about the idea. How did it all begin? Because, everybody around who was studying in the college, they're only clings to their books. They cling onto the books, and then they focus on finishing their exams and then building a great career. But you did something else out of the box. So how did all of this happen?
Our Shobal, he and his friend, they were doing internship in a garage during 2021 July. So they had an idea, one of the remarkable ones, and they were like, okay, our seniors used to go for Formula SAE, so we need to let's reignite something and go for something else. So the idea started over there, and they approached our head of the department, Priyank Upadhyay, and suddenly he was like, he was supportive, and he said, bring me a plan and show me how this thing works, and let's continue forward from there.
Okay, so you guys, I've heard that you guys are not from the same branch. You guys are from different branches, different years, and you all have come together for the first time. So how easy was it to work with each other, and how difficult was it to work with each other?
So initially, we started out with mechanical students itself. So we were around 5 to 6 students, and then we slowly started expanding it, into other branches. We had even biotech students participating in this, so that they could learn. Our Aman is a CS student. So Anandu is an electrical student, triple E student. So there were different people from different branches who wanted to, learn more about our car, because we didn't have any prior information on how to build the car. So we had to learn it from scratch, find all the suppliers from scratch, and get the parts from scratch. So it was a great difficulty initially, but then we made it.
Okay, so you guys are from different branches, different fields. So I think that's what worked out for you. Putting in all the experience that you've learned, bringing in all the aspects that you've learned into making one car.
Yeah, it was a totally different experience, and one thing was like, as you told, we are all different branches, and it's like building a car, so it's totally different. And generally when you talk, it'll be like, okay, mechanical students are building a car, it's like kind of common kind of stuff. But then we all came together, and we got like some problems, some issues like finding parts. That was one issue. When you come to Dubai, we have totally no idea to get which all parts. Generally, when you think about like a part, we generally go into the showroom itself, ordering things.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like totally different, because we're not mainly focusing on like one company or things. So imagine if you're like a Toyota car or something, you just need to go to the showroom. But ours is like different companies, all different parts, everything.
You assemble all the parts from different places.
Yeah.
You made the parts on your own.
Some parts we had to manufacture ourselves.
Okay.
So, and we went to even Sharjah industrial areas and many different places. Ras Al Khor, all the industrial areas. I think half the industry people know us now. We go there, they'll be like, how's your car, guys?
Okay.
That's the first thing they're going to ask. So it was.
So you mean to say your car has made news even before it reached Netherlands?
You could say like that, in the sense like us haunting for like parts in different places. So we go to one shopkeeper, we'll ask for this is what we want. They'll generally ask, what do you need it for, what are you building, which car, basically they'll ask which is your car. So then we go from the starting, okay, we're building a car, we're building a Formula 7 car for this competition over here, all those things. And then they'll guide us to one shop. That's how it goes.
So you're quite well versed with answering the questions now. You've had interviews right from the beginning when you began to build this car to over now when you are winning this competition. You still have a lot more interviews that you're giving away, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this took a very long time. It was not an overnight process that you came up with. This car definitely took a lot of time. So what all went in, for the production of this car? Like how long did you take? How much time did you spend over here? And what all you had to do, because it's not an easy job to be building this. You had to pull in a lot of time. So what all did you do all across to build this car?
So initially we had to make the chassis, and for that we had to go with the rules of FS. And in that there's so many things mentioned in that you need to have these kind of criterias that we have to meet. So for that the materials were quite hard to get from UAE. So we had to search US, we had to search different parts of the world. And getting that here in a short span during the COVID time was really hard. Then we had to go with alternatives, and finally we found few vendors in UAE itself who were ready to give us pipes like A36, etc. And that's how it went about.
So you took about 9 months, if I'm not wrong, to build this car.
Yeah.
Exactly amount of time it takes for you for a baby to come out of his mother's womb. So I think this baby of yours has really made you guys proud. When you're talking about cars, on a funnier note, okay? When we have a car and we're about 6 people, there's always a discussion as to who is going to drive the car. So did you guys go through all of this? Did you guys go through all of that?
Yeah, we actually went through all of them, and initially what we decided was the shortest person to become the driver.
Okay, why is it so? Why did you decide the shortest person will become the driver?
That is because of the rules for us. Like there's a rule that from the top part of the main hoop, when we put a pipe to the bottom of the chassis, the person's head should come under that.
Okay.
So that was the rule. So we decided that the lightest and the shortest person to be the driver.
Okay.
And yeah, initially that was the plan, but then later on we decided that anyone can be the driver, because when we put the from the top of the pipe till the bottom, even the tallest driver, he was the driver for us.
Okay.
For him also it was suitable. So we decided that he would be the driver. I mean, there were like 5 of us, so he could drive it best. So we decided he could be the driver. Yeah.
On what criteria that did you decide that he is the best driver? Because you had any selection process for that?
I mean, all 5 of us drove the car, and he had the best control of the car. So
okay.
I mean, yeah, we could all drive the car. Yeah.
You could all do it, but then he had the great control over the car, and
this
is the best guy to get you that prize at FSN. Okay, coming to the driver. So how was your experience being on that track? Because over here you were just friends put together building this car, that excitement to build the car and all of that. When you went to the competition, it was a total different scenario there. So I want to know what you went through there when you saw the track and all the other competitors from different countries with their cars. What went in your mind?
So firstly, when we went there, you need for the competition itself, you need minimum 4 drivers. So we put our names, total of 5 members as drivers. And the thing is one driver can participate in 2 of the events over there. So we decided like that. And as he told, it was I was best at, I got the control of the car, in the sense for example, when everyone owns a car, yeah. So when a company releases a car, it would be in such a stage everyone can drive if you know driving. So since we build our own car, it's totally different. Our mechanisms, totally different mechanisms than others, because we use bike engine. So gear shifting mechanism was totally different. Because if it's a car engine, it goes 1, 2. It's a different arrangement. But when it comes to the bike, we usually change gears with legs, right? 1, 2, up and down. The sequential. So we had to find an arrangement for that to place in a car like that. So we found it, and we did it. And so obviously any person, a random person, couldn't easily do it. So we didn't get enough time for training each and every driver for it. So we just went ahead with the person who knew how to drive it. So me and there's 4 other drivers. So found, and we just put their names as they could do it. So that's how it happened.
And how was that one moment when you got the 3rd spot there? Because with what I have known, I think this is
it's an engineering competition rather than a race competition.
Yes.
So what they test out there is that how we have made the entire car rather than the endurance event. itself. So basically there were 5 events, and out of that we got third in the business event.
Okay.
So in the business pitch event, that's where we got third in international level.
Okay.
So car is not just basically a driving competition or racing competition.
It's based on the fact that how you design the car
It's
and
an
how
engineering.
efficient it is.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's an engineering competition where they see if students are able to build a car from scratch, and also they see how you manage all the logistics and all the cost in manufacturing. So that's where we could show some skills of us in there.
Talking about that, an F1 car would cost billions, right? So what is the amount that you put into building this particular car of yours? The Team Alforsan car of Bitspilani, how much would it cost?
So according to FS standards, we have got a car done under 45,000 euros.
Okay.
But then due to the market here and our sponsors, gracious sponsors like Maikuri, etc., we were able to finish the car in under our whole logistics and the car came up to 1,30,000 dirhams.
All right, that is great. Good. So I also read about your car being, biologically perfect, and a lot of aspects have been added onto the car. So if anybody can touch that point for me.
I mean, yeah, as we said earlier, when we make the car, we were supposed to follow the FS rule book properly. So in that also it was written we need to have a proper brace cage, everything like that. So when we made the car, we made it so that the driver would, even in the event of a crash or anything like that, the driver would still be safe. Okay. And in the tests also, when we go there in the tests also, there are tests like egress tests and all that, where it looks at how fast the driver can escape, leave the car. So in one of those tests, it's the driver has to leave the car in 5 seconds. Oh. So basically the entire car, the harness, everything was made according to what's best for the driver.
Keeping in mind the safety of the driver is what you took into consideration for building this car. Okay.
Just that we also took into consideration driver ergonomics as well, the driver's comfort while driving the car.
Okay.
So that was also taken into consideration, but the highest importance was given for driver safety.
So now, what are the plans of this champion team? Because now you're champions, you're drawing a lot of attention, and I'm sure otherwise also there are a lot of expectation from you guys, since you've bagged that third place in an international competition, being the first team in Middle East to do that. What are your future plans and what are you aiming at?
Well, we just saw something in FSN, Netherlands. Well, now upcoming is Formula Student Bharat, and there we would like to take the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the aim right now. That's the future, what we want to conquer right now.
But when you participated in FSN, did you plan of winning a prize there, or was it just okay, let's just give it a try, let's see how it is, let's get that experience as to how this will go? Was that the plan, or were you focused on getting a prize?
Honestly, it was more of a learning experience. We went there being it's our first year, we need to learn, but we still gave it our all. We didn't make any shortcomings. We were we'll go there to learn, but then we'll do everything we can to get the best out of what we have. So it's a mixed reaction, you could say.
Okay. Finally, like in every interview, there's supposed to be a message that we give away to people who are watching us and listening to us. So I would want to know from Team Alforsan, what is that one message you want to give out to people who want to do something great in their life? I'm not talking about being participating in FSN or any of such things, but anything in their life that they want to achieve. What is that they learn from you guys?
We have faced a lot of obstacles during the course of the project. One by one, sometimes we feel can we do it? That sort of points have come in throughout every phase of the project. Yet, somehow everything, every problem we faced, it just vanishes. We come up with the solution.
Okay.
That's why that's one thing, one message we have to give to anyone. Don't feel you cannot do it. You can do it. It's just that you just have to not give up, even when there are huge obstacles in front of you. Just keep going. You will understand that the obstacle will fades away eventually.
So I've got the champions with me here, and we listened to their whole story that started off with just an idea of restarting something which was stopped way back in 2015, and that idea grew into a great plan, and that plan was executed, and then now the win is all yours and you have everybody's attention here. So this is the team that made all of us proud, and I'm sure they're going to be making the UAE proud again when you go to the Force Bharat as well. And yeah, you've eyed on that first spot there. When you've not eyed on anything, you got the third spot. When you're eyeing on the overall first spot there, I'm sure you're going to be clinching that, and you're going to be coming back, and we're going to be having another interview with these champions. Thank you guys for joining us, and stay tuned to 360 Radio, and you guys stay tuned to 360 Radio as well. Thank you.